that they don't know what the they're doing. Do you understand that?
What makes people all over America break down and cry like this? Call 1-900-9099-CRY and hear it for yourself. $2 for the first minute, 45 cents each additional minute. If you're under 18, ask your parents before you call. 1-900-9099-CRY.
I came into contact with somebody from one of the big four, ended up becoming kind of a mentor to me. He's now a member of our club.
Man, when I first saw my first Hell's Angel standing there, I was like, that's what I want to be, man.
If you're running a three-piece, just like you know, it is truly an outlaw standard. Doesn't make you a 1%er, but it makes you an outlaw.
This is what I believe in, you know, and it was awesome to see that my brothers believed in me.
It's the wolf leading the sheep, man. You know, the sheep need to open their eyes because they're about to walk off the cliff where a whole other pack of wolves are at the bottom.
If you were getting your lunch money taken before you put some rags on, if they catch you by yourself, they're going to take your lunch money again.
I try to be around the guys and hang out with them as much as possible and get to know them, because that's really what it's about.
The Hells Angels are being arraigned.
One man was stabbed in the chest, another was knocked out, who faced criminal charges, including charges of hate crimes as well as gang allegations. One defendant faces an attempted murder charge, so this certainly appears to be a widespread investigation.
Welcome to this episode of Chatting with Stacks. I'm your host, Bill Stacks, and today we're going to talk about the Iron Wings MC and the leader who's being held by gun evidence. There's a lot to unfold, and there's a lot of other things to talk about. Before we get started, make sure you hit the like button, subscribe, hit the notification bell so you can get my videos every time they drop. Tell a friend to tell a friend. Tell your mother's, brother's, sister's friend about Chatting with Stacks, the dopest motorcycle content on YouTube. I appreciate all you guys taking the time to watch this show. I couldn't do it without all of you, so thank you. We are growing at a steady pace, and I couldn't be happier. So let me give some shout outs before we get started. Lindsay, how are you? Thank you for joining me. Make sure you go check out Patreon. There's a lot of great content over there. I just uploaded a video of the Hells Angels and that other club. I forgot the name of it. Going at it in the street. I can't put it on YouTube, you know, for obvious reasons. Jimmy Mack, how are you? Mountain Woman, thank you for joining me today. STMC, what's good? Phil Up, how you doing? Thank God it's Friday. Definitely. Shout out to everybody on this Friday. Scrap Iron, what's good? I want to give a shout out to Mike Ball. Shout out to Mike Ball. He had a great show today. He always has a good show. Very insightful. Make sure you guys go check out Mike Ball. Big Joe, how you doing? So we got some more new information about the situation with Lonnie, the guy that drove away on the bike. There's a GoFundMe page up, so I'm going to share the link for that, and you guys can donate if you want. It will help out a lot. Let me see. I'll share the link. So he's fighting for his life. I think he's getting better, and I apologize for the information that I was given. I really should have waited, probably, you know, but it is what it is. I always correct my, if I do something wrong, I always correct it. I'm not gonna try to leave it like that, you know, so just to verify. Hey, SS Contracting, how you doing? The GoFundMe is in the link, is in the chat. Go check it out. Donate if you can. If you can't donate, share it. Paula, how you doing? If you cannot donate, just share the link. It'll help a lot. Floyd, Donnelly, how are you? Thank you for joining me today. We got a lot to talk about. So apparently, everybody's favorite rapper has been assaulted in prison and a blade held up to his neck. So it's funny on the descriptions that they're putting out. They're saying he almost was fatally assaulted. Either you were or you weren't, right? So Diddy's lawyer claims Mogul was nearly stabbed in prison. Sean Diddy Combs' legal team claims that he was almost stabbed by another inmate while he was incarcerated in New York City's detention center. Diddy's lawyer, Brian Steele, claimed that Diddy has been targeted while in the MDC Brooklyn because certain inmates believed they'd gain status in jail if they were the ones to shank him. Steele then claimed that one of the jail guards stopped a man with a shank. Diddy reportedly had the knife put to his neck while in a prison. One of Diddy's close friends is speaking out about the terrifying moments the mogul woke up in prison with a knife pressed against his throat. Charlucci Finney says the attack went down during one of the nights Diddy was sleeping at the MDC Brooklyn. The incident that first came to light during Diddy's sentencing. Sources familiar with the situation have confirmed the authenticity to us. His friend woke up with the weapon pressed to his neck, just seconds away from serious harm or death. Come on, dramatic much? Give me a break. This type of shit happens every day in prison. What the hell are you talking about? So, he says he doesn't know if the guards came to break it up or if Diddy fought off the guy. I doubt it. This probably didn't even happen, you know. He's just looking for sympathy. Sources familiar with the situation confirm the details. Come on, they couldn't give the whole details. Like, did he fight him off? Did he talk him out of it? I'll just pay you, all right, and we'll just let it go from here. Finney imagines that the inmate's intent was to intimidate Diddy, particularly in the notorious facility like MDC Brooklyn, he added. Prison just isn't a safe place for anyone convicted in a case related to S. And he's worried about Diddy's safety. Listen, it's not a safe place for anybody. It doesn't matter what you're convicted of. But if you are convicted of something like that, you definitely are a target. Diddy's lawyer, Brian Steele, first mentioned the incident during his sentencing hearing, telling the judge it was a guard who stopped the shiv-wielding inmate. As you know, Diddy was sentenced to 50 months in federal prison after a grand jury convicted him of 2 counts of violating the Mann Act. He was acquitted on the more serious charges of trafficking and racketeering. So there you have it. He was almost offed. It's such a joke. Almost isn't good enough. How about that? No, came close, but no cigar. Not today, Diddy. Who we got in the house? MacGyver, how you doing? Thank you for joining me. Ra, what's good? How are you? Happy Friday to everybody. Insane Wheels in the house. Make sure you go follow Insane Wheels. Shout out to Mike Ball. I interviewed one of your friends yesterday, Mike Ball. I think it was yesterday or the day before. Pretty good interview. His name is, let me see. I should know this. Chino. You know Chino? Yes, I interviewed Chino yesterday. It's a pretty good interview. Joe, what's good, Joe? How you doing? Black Legionnaires in the house. Thank you for the donation, Black Legionnaire. Really appreciate it. You have no idea. It helps a lot. I got a lot of things going on, and I put it right back into the content for you guys. So, trying to bring you the best content available. Diddy almost got it. Almost ain't good enough over here, right? Diddy has a cute lawyer. He probably doesn't think so, since he since he does weirdo shit, right? Kevin, what's going on? Thank you for joining me today. So it was a really good interview with Chino. It was really good. So that one's going to be dropping. I also interviewed, damn, I should know these names, huh? Too many damn interviews. John H. from Daytona, former member of the Sutar Soldiers. So there's a huge case going on right now about sports betting and all these athletes that are in on it. It's crazy. So apparently the mob and these athletes have teamed up and they've been indicted. If you go watch these games, it's insane. The level of I'm not going to try is like mind-blowing. These guys are like throwing the ball to the other players on the other team. So what they do is they get paid to underperform. And then they just bet on the game on their exact points and they underperform. And they bet on it. If you get most of the people on the team to underperform, what's going to happen? They're going to lose, right? So it's pretty not ingenious because they got caught. So it's not that fucking genius. These geniuses have been caught. So they've been indicted. Huge indictment right now. I have the whole indictment right in front of me here. They're indicted 31 defendants, including members and associates of organized crime families and National Basketball Association coach Chauncey Billups, charged in scheme to rig legal poker games. Defendants alleged use wireless technology to cheat high-stakes card games. Now, this is another situation. This came out yesterday. It says early today, the federal courthouse in Brooklyn, a 7-count indictment is unsealed, charging 31 defendants in a criminal scheme to rig illegal poker games in various locations in New York City, Hampton, East Hampton, New York, and throughout the United States. The morning, 31 defendants were arrested in 11 states, including members and associates of the Bonanno, Gambino, and Genovese organized crime families of La Cosa Nostra. Chauncey Billups, head coach of the Portland Trail Blazers of National Basketball Association, and Damian Jones, known as D, a former NBA player with the Cleveland Cavaliers and Miami Heat. The defendants will make an initial court appearance this afternoon in federal courthouse throughout the United States, including the Eastern District of New York. Joseph Nasella Jr., United States Attorney for the Eastern District of New York, Kaz Patel, and then all these other people, blah, 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 blah. As alleged members and associates of organized crime, families fixed illegal poker games as part of a highly sophisticated and lucrative fraud scheme to cheat victims out of millions of dollars and conspired with others to perpetrate their frauds. United States Attorney. Well-known former NBA players and former professional athletes acted as face cards to lure unsuspected victims to high-stakes poker games, where they were then at the mercy of the concealed technology, including rigged shuffle machines and specialty designed contact lenses and sunglasses to read the backs of playing cards. Holy shit. So they put like this, this paint on the back of the card that you can only see with these glasses on. That's pretty ingenious. I give it to them. Including rigged shuffle machines, blah, blah, blah. They ensure that the victims will lose big. They're probably like, yeah, go ahead, bet more, man. Bet 10,000 on this one. It's a good one. Boom, they lose. Oh man, that sucks. Try it again. You'll win this time. Boom, they lose again. Today's indictment and arrest sounds like the final buzzer for these cheaters. Now, this is off the government's website, justice.gov. Today, over 30 people were arrested and charged with their roles in the criminal schemes to rig illegal poker games to win large amounts of money. These individuals use technology to deceive and scam innocent victims out of millions of dollars, eventually funneling the money to La Cosa Nostra, enriching one of the most famous notorious criminal networks in the world, stated FBI Director Patel. The investigation spanned 9 states and FBI offices. And I want to thank the men and women of the FBI. Tremendous work and dedication in rooting out these actors responsible. The FBI will never stop following the money to pursue those who break our laws, using the allure of high stakes winnings and promise to play alongside well-known professional athletes. These defendants allegedly defrauded unwitting victims out of tens of millions of dollars. Why does the amount keep changing? They established a financial pipeline to La Cosa Nostra and stated the FBI director in charge, Rhea, this alleged scheme wreaked havoc across the nation, exploiting the notoriety of some of the wallets and others to finance the Italian crime families. Our office maintains an aggressive pursuit of any Italian organized crime operating in our jurisdiction, and will continue to stem all unlawful revenue streams fueling their illegal activity. With the alleged involvement of 3 La Cosa Nostra crime families, an NBA head coach and Hall of Famer, as well as other current and former professional athletes. The investigative work that culminated with the morning's operation of the Hollywood movie. It reads like a Hollywood movie, but this was not luck. It was theatrics, stated the HSI New York special agent in charge, Patel. Over 4 years ago, the HSI New York undercover operations worked tirelessly with HSI Newark in the FBI and New York Waterfront Commission and the NYPD to expose crimes that defrauded victims of at least $7 million, including violent robberies. I commend all of agencies and personnel involved in today's sweeping arrests, which should serve as a testimony to our relentless, evidence-driven, unified effort. For years, these individuals allegedly hosted illegal poker games where they used sophisticated technologies, enlisted current and former NBA players to cheat people out of millions of dollars, stated the NYPD commissioner. This complex scheme was so far-reaching that it included members from 4 of our organized crime families. Well, they said 3 in the paragraph before this, so I don't know if they even are getting it right. So now they're saying 4 of the families. And when people refuse to pay because they were cheated, these defendants did what organized crime families have always done. They used threats, intimidation, and violence. I want to thank the incredible team at the NYPD that worked diligently on this case, and our partners at the FBI, HSI, and the U.S. Attorney's Office for shutting down this illegal gambling ring. Today's indictment represents the concerted effort to combat traditional organized crime, which continues to plague our communities. So these guys are absolutely fucked. So the people in the indictment, I might butcher their names, but Ernesto Aiello, 46 years old, of New York. Nelson Alvarez, 53, of New York. Luis Apasala, known as Louis AP, 50 years old, of New Rochelle, New York. Amar Awadi, known as Flapper Poker or Flappy. He was 34 years old, from Brooklyn, New York. Saul Butcher, 45, from the Bronx. Chauncey Billups, 49, from Oregon. Matthew Danito, or Maddie, or The Wrestler, 43 years old, from New York. Eric Ernest, a.k.a. Spook, 53 years old, from St. Louis, Missouri. Lee Fama, 57, from Brooklyn. John Gallo, 53, from Brooklyn. Marco Gorzon, 39, from Elizabeth, New Jersey. Thomas Gorlato, known as Juice, 42 years old, from Scarsdale, New York. Jamie Gillette, 40, from New York. Tony Goodson, known as Black Tony, 52, from Georgia. Kenny Hahn, 40, from Queens. Sean Hannon, known as Sugar, 40, from Las Vegas, Nevada. Oman Hadi, known as Albanian Bruce, or Big Bruce, 44, from New Jersey. Hatero Hu, known as H, 37, from New York. Zan Hu, Jonathan Chang, a.k.a. Jonathan Hu, a.k.a. Stanley, age 37, from Brooklyn, New York. Damian Jones, known as D. Jones, 49, from Houston, Texas. Joseph Lonnie, 54, from Staten Island, New York. John Mazzola, known as John South, 43, from Georgia. Curtis Meek, known as Kurt, 41, from Texas. Nicholas Minucci, 39, from New York. Michael Ranzulli, 42, from New York. Angelo Ruggiero Jr. That's Quack Quack's fucking son. You believe it? 53 years old, from Howard Beach, New York. Anthony Stadarian, known as Doc, 39, from New York. Robert Stroud, known as Black Rob, 67, from Louisville, Kentucky. Seth Trustman, 43, from Queens, New York. Sophia Y, known as Pookie, 40, from Queens, New York. Zaluis Zanani, known as J, 54, from New York. And those are all the people that are indicted. So they're looking at some serious time in prison. Here's part of the indictment. They are absolutely screwed. I mean, not looking good. Not looking good for them at all. Ken, how you doing? Thank you for joining me today. That sounds like what 12 does to all the members of society except for themselves on a daily basis. 100%. So my thought is, okay, you got all these people, right? All these professional athletes that have been scamming people. They've been scamming the public for a long time. Who else is involved? And how far does this go? Because I've bet on games in the past. Do I get my money back? Like, the shit was rigged, obviously. So if this is rigged, are all the games rigged? Is this how it works? So I'm not buying this bullshit, you know? But if you guys go check out, there's a video of the Argentinian bikers. The Talaris, I can't even say that damn word. But they fought off the Hells Angels. And there were gunshots involved. Go check out the video on Patreon. There's a video of this situation. And in other news, so here's those bikers that fought off the Angels. I guess the Angels were having a national run, and they bumped into these guys, and all hell started breaking loose. Craziness. But the video's on Patreon. Go check it out. In other news, Satan's Choice up there in Canada. He, Harley G's, got into it with, I don't know if it was a former associate of his. I'm pretty sure it was former Hells Angel. But he bloodied his face, put blood in his mouth. That video's on Patreon as well. So, in the video, he's like trying to charge Harley G's in the store, like runs after him, tries to tackle him. He's just getting tagged. Dink, dink. Like, damn. I mean, that's what it should be, though. Old-fashioned scrapping. Chaman, what's going on? Thank you for joining me today. Old-fashioned scrapping, right? Nobody goes to prison. Everybody gets to walk away. Nobody goes to the graveyard. How much money is enough? NBA not paying enough? What the fuck, right? It's insane. It's insane. They can't make enough money in the NBA. They got to rob all of us poor folk. BTR, what's good? Good morning. They should be refunding people that gambled on any of them games. They should refund everybody. High-stakes poker games been happening forever, but cheating at them sucks. I think every place that offers that type of shit is cheating. Super Bowl's been rigged for years. Definitely. I believe it is. 100%. Hogleg, what's going on? Thank you for joining me today. Steve. Long, crazy story, Stacks. Definitely is. Waddell, how you doing? Thank you for joining me today. I know you guys like that new video I played in the beginning. That's for a lot of people out there. A lot of people need to watch that video.
What makes people all over America break down and cry like this? Call 1-900-9099-CRY and hear it for yourself. $2 for the first minute, 45 cents each additional minute. If you're under 18, ask your parents before you call. 1-900-9099-CRY.
Make sure you ask your parents' permission before you call. A lot of people need that. A lot of emotional people these days, you know? But anyway, let's move on. So, Aryan Brotherhood member was murdered in prison. This is a crazy story. Let me see. Aryan Brotherhood member was killed in California prison. Soledad. 3 California prisoners with alleged ties to organized crime are suspected of murdering an Aryan Brotherhood member. They announced this on Thursday. Todd Fox Morgan, 57, of Santa Clara County, was killed with an improvised weapon by Todd Givens, 56, Ray Walden, 51, and Robert England, 61, on a prison yard a little before 10 a.m. on Thursday, according to California Department of Corrections and Rehabilitation, which is total bullshit. The 3 suspects have been moved to a retroactive housing. Morgan was serving state sentence for robbery, burglary, drugs, gun possession, and an enhancement under the 3 strikes law, authorities said. He was also serving a 21-year federal prison sentence related to a large-scale drug ring he allegedly ran, resulting in the 2020 federal indictment targeting the Aryan Brotherhood and Fresno-based Rednecks Gang, or Fregsnecks Gang? What the hell is that? And other white groups. During the investigation, police received communications between Morgan and others using contraband cell phones, where they discussed wanting drugs inside and outside of prison and how they get in touch with fellow gang members. According to court records, Morgan reportedly ran a drug ring with fellow Salinas Valley State Prison inmate Kenneth Bass, who, like Morgan, pleaded guilty. Morgan's robbery and burglary convictions stem from an incident where they allegedly attacked a security guard after breaking into Santa Clara University in 2000. And in 2009, he was convicted of assault for attacking another inmate in Salinas Valley. 2014, the California Salinas-based newspaper identified him as a suspect in the incident where 4 inmates attacked 2 others with knives, leaving 1 dead and 1 injured. The prison drug ring involved the coordination of a multi-pound deal from outside, even in other states, as well as smuggling methamphetamine and heroin into the prison, court records showed. One instant, the man attempted to throw a drug-filled football over the prison wall. Givens, a former inmate in San Quentin's death row, who goes by the name Stomper, is a suspected member of the Nazi lowriders prison gang. Wasn't it what's his name? Dubs? That guy Dubs that said that organization doesn't exist. Didn't he say that? Well, it says right here they do. Dubs is in a world of shit. If you guys know who that is, the guy Dubs that runs the YouTube channel, he was outed for being a rata. And I guess he was on a SNY yard for 13 years. But he comes out like he's a noble guy. It's just crazy. The thing is lying. You don't come out here and lie. Tell the truth. What's the reason for all the lies and the bullshit? I don't understand. Do you think it makes you look tough or something? Makes him look like a complete clown. Straight up. Dominic, what's good? How are you? It's just crazy. So, he was involved in other violence behind bars, including stabbings of a now deceased Aryan Brotherhood hitman and the slashing of a prison guard's face. Walden, a suspected member of the Mongols Motorcycle Club, is incarcerated for the 2003 murder of San Diego, court records show. England was named by federal prosecutors as an inmate allegedly targeted for murder by the Aryan Brotherhood in 2023. Court record filings from January 2024 say prison officials in Sacramento seized a kite purportedly written by the Aryan Brotherhood. Member Pat Brady emphasized that England was to be murdered for speaking to have other white inmates hit without solid base for doing so. Authorities haven't released the suspected motive for the homicide. Morgan is set to go before a parole board in 2028. Since 2019, federal prosecutors in Northern California have charged dozens of Aryan Brotherhood members and associates in a multi-racketeering indictment, including alleged leaders of the gang who were charged with murder after two separate trials. 8 Aryan Brotherhood members were sentenced to federal prison earlier this year for involvement in prison homicides and other crimes. I'll bring you guys more information on this as it becomes available. Crazy case. Now, let's get to the matter at hand. Yeah, Gunner's an admitted dropout. Hey, he's up front. He tells it like it is, right? But that dude, Dubs, is a clown. Straight up clown. Like, you don't tell on people. You tell on your organization, right? But you come out and act like you're a solid individual when you're not. And then you're mad that people are upset about it. Get the fuck out of here. Straight rata. Straight rat. You should sit with Sammy Gravano, bro. And word on the street is Sammy Gravano's being sued for harassment by former employees. That's what I hear, word on the street. Hey, a rat's a rat, right? Screw him. So this is a wild case I want to tell you guys about. So this woman, I have a video that goes along with it. So this woman, right? She goes, I'm not sure exactly what state she's from, but she's from the U.S., right? She's from the mainland U.S., so she wants to go on vacation. She takes a trip over to Puerto Rico. She goes to Puerto Rico. She's having a good time. She goes to all these bars, and she gets really intoxicated, right? This bar ends up throwing her out of the bar. They say, you got to go. You're just being obnoxious and unruly. So they kick her out of the bar. She leaves. She goes to a gas station on the island of Puerto Rico, fills up a gas tank, a gas can, goes back to the bar, and lights it on fire. Now, the bar was attached to 3 other bars. All of them burned down. And then she jumped on a plane and flew home and thought, I won't get in trouble. So now, guess what? She's in some trouble. And I got the video. So let's take a look at it. Now, this is her walking with the gas can right after she got booted. Yep, and that's her deeds. And this is the woman and they put a GoFundMe for the bar. They raised $8,678 so far for this bar. It's crazy. But yeah, they got a can. She got her on video with a gas can right after she got booted. Crazy. Like, you can't make this stuff up. You can't. People in there, I don't know, their entitlement is crazy. And she thinks like she can't get prosecuted because she's in the U.S. But guess what? Puerto Rico is part of the U.S., so you will be extradited to Puerto Rico. So I hope you like Puerto Rican food, because you're probably going to be eating it for a while. And in prison, I don't know if it's so fresh, you know? People are nuts, man. So we all know about the situation that happened over there in at Biketoberfest, where they pulled over all the pagans. I got another angle of the situation. Let's check it out. Now, this is from the bikers' angle. This is one of them that was filming at the time they got pulled over. Crazy. They're obviously blocked in. They have nowhere to go, right? I think that's entrapment. Personally, I feel like this is entrapment. But they do this to every club, right? Can you imagine you don't have a license or you got a weapon or something on you and you're like, damn, I'm going to jail. You could just whip it off the bridge, right? Be like, boom, right over the edge. Now, this is from the bridge. This is another view from the bridge. But I think they're going to end up beating all these charges, you know? I think they will definitely end up beating them. You can't do that. You can't entrap people. And you guys know, you've heard about the shooting that happened over there at the Wawa, right? So word on the street is, I don't know if this is 100%, but I told you guys about a civilian that was shot. Apparently it was a woman. So I'll bring you guys more information about that situation when it becomes available. So now let's get to the topic at hand. And again, if you guys can donate to Lonnie, help him out, it would be much appreciated. And I'm glad he didn't pass away. I mean, that's what I heard yesterday, and I'm glad it's not the case. Definitely don't want that to be the case. So, this is this is from this guy's Facebook page. The guy that was arrested from the Iron Wings Motorcycle Club. He's the leader. He's known as a top guy in the motorcycle club, and he's been targeted. And this is one of the posts from his Facebook page. That's pretty funny. Now, people were writing in the comments, yo, are you trolling the cops, bro? So I was laughing when I seen that. But anyway, this guy is in some serious trouble. Erie biker club leader held by gun evidence as drug case looms in Erie, winter gray, where lake winds whip down the boardwalk and the steel mills along quiet. A different kind of rumble returned to the streets, the quiet hum of federal agents converging on a motorcycle club hierarchy. At the center is Christopher Mitulski Jr., 36, reportedly central to the Iron Wings Motorcycle Club, is now charged in a federal narcotics offense and blocked from pretrial release due to gun evidence that federal prosecutors say marks him a real threat. Here's the indictment and the allegations. On September 10th, 2025, the U.S. Attorney's Office in the Western District of Pennsylvania unsealed an indictment against the man and others, alleging that he operated as a leader of the Iron Wings MC and participated in a cocaine trafficking network across Erie and surrounding areas. The charges: knowingly distributing significant quantities of cocaine, conspiracy and other federal offenses tied to organized crime. What pushed this case into higher gear, though, wasn't just the drugs. At the hearing on October 24th, Erie Federal Court refused to grant Mitulski pretrial release, citing not only the drug indictment, but gun evidence that investigators say demonstrates the capability and willingness for violence. The judge found substantial reason to believe he poses a danger to the community. The hidden threat has been revealed. During the detention hearing, prosecutors emphasized firearms found in investigations tied to the Iron Wings Club. Though the public filing doesn't list every details, Erie's local reporting states that Mitulski's presented no evidence about the drug case. At the hearing, the judge rejected his release request because the weapon evidence reflected a real threat that remains in prison pretrial. In an effort, the case has shifted, and what began as a drug trafficking investigation has become, as the jail cell suggests, a broader inquiry into out-of-control club behavior, weapons, and violence. The weapons traced imply a violent enforcement arm within the club, once the prosecutors believe is active and dangerous. Behind the club's devotion, the Iron Wings and Outlaws. The Iron Wings Motorcycle Club, based in Erie, Pennsylvania, is one of the region's outlaw motorcycle clubs. While not internationally known as the Hells Angels or the Banditos, authorities describe it as operating along the same lines and structure, motorcycle culture, and club colors. And per federal allegations, ties to drug distribution and firearms transport. Mitulski's indictment underscores the idea that Iron Wings is not simply a social club, but part of an organized criminal network. Mitulski, alleged by the DOJ and local prosecutors as he held leadership role, making him not just a member, but a principal actor. According to the media reports, his name surfaced repeatedly on intercepts and investigations where firearms and charges in distribution patterns were central. Refused to release him. Pretrial underscores the severity in which the court views his situation. So what's next for this man? Discovery. Prosecutors will produce a full cache of evidence, weapons forensic, wiretaps, club records, money trails. Defense will probe how much of the club structure is legitimately criminal versus biker subculture. The pretrial motions with Mitulski detained pending trial, his attorney may move to suppress evidence or challenge the characterization of the club as a criminal enterprise. Sentencing implications. If convicted, Mitulski faces significant federal prison time, and his conviction could trigger broader investigation into the chapter's leadership and affiliated members. These outcomes may ripple across the Erie region, potentially dismantling or disrupting the club's operations. The community's impact for Erie, a city grappling with economic shifts and public safety challenges. This case is a symbolically large. Prosecutors view it as part of a broader effort to crack down on organized crime built on motorcycles, guns, and drugs. Why does this case even matter? What strikes observers is a pattern of reemerging across America. Motorcycle clubs, once suffused by rebel, have turned into business models for crime. In the transformation, drugs and guns flow, rival clubs clash, territory is asserted, and law enforcement operations adjust accordingly. Erie's case and Mitulski at torch point, thus not just local, but emblematic, whatever the hell that means. Moreover, the gun evidence that kept Mitulski locked up speaks to shift its prosecutorial strategy. No longer just a narcotics connection, but firearms support evidence makes the difference in detention and in the trial. A motorcycle club leader who can command weapons is no longer a harmless rebel. He is someone prosecutors believe is capable of violence beyond vice. But still, if he can just get a weapon, does that mean he's going to go out and use it? That's kind of where, like, you know, like, where does this all stop? Like, just because he can get a weapon. Black Legionnaire, thank you so much for the donation, man. You have no idea. You helped me a lot, and I'm very appreciative. Thank you. Jason, how are you? Thanks for joining me, Jason. Wydell, time to take a ride. I hope everyone has a great weekend. It's cold as hell outside riding. But shout out to Billy. He's gonna be riding in the cold weather. He don't care. So there's a lot going on up in Erie, right? With this club. There's been a lot going on with them. There was a situation that happened, a robbery. So I looked into that thing, but a lot of it's still sealed. So this was 5 months ago, or no, 7 months ago. They were raided and a few members were arrested from an incident that happened for robbery and assault. The incident reportedly involved a robbery at a different club, which led to someone snitching and ultimately a drug bust. It started off as an assault and robbery at a different club. Someone snitched. So now it became a drug bust. It's likely going to end up with everyone catching organized crime charges and conspiracy charges as a group. All the paperwork is allegedly sealed, so someone is being protected by the state. Tell anyone you know that's close to distance themselves while they can. Tell them to keep their mouth shut as well, it says. Not advocating for pieces of shit to be excused for their actions, but not everyone affiliated with them is guilty of the same shit. Don't let punk kids who can't stay out of jail join your little drug-slinging drama club of Sons of Anarchy wannabes. And this when it happened. Now, this is coming from Reddit. These are comments off of Reddit, so... So I checked out this guy's Facebook page, and it's pretty wild. You can see, like, where it coincides, where he's been arrested, and then he posts online if he's out still, right? So he was arrested, and then he would post online, and people would comment like, "Hey, are you provoking them? Like, what's going on here?" Here, I'm going to show you guys. So on his Facebook page, April 23rd is when he posted the thing with the cop. April 23rd is when he posted this, right? And he's telling people to share it. This was 26 weeks ago. He said, I know I'm reaching, I'm having some hardships. Today was called to the courthouse and told that they are revoking my bond. They were going to set a new amount for me to be released and have to pay a bond. It could be 500, it could be 5,000. So I've invested so much time and money into lawyers and bonds to fight these cases that I did not commit. I am seriously struggling here. I've taken all my hard-earned money, everything that I have to try to make it, and I am tapped. I've always been a good person and helped everybody. If there's anything anybody can do to help contribute, I can most likely make bond on Monday, but I have $0 to put towards it. Anything could help. 20, 50, 100, 1,000, anything would help. If anybody can help, seriously. I'm not the type of person to put my hand out. I'm always the one handing someone something, but I spent time and I want to spend time with my kids, and I'm doing community events. I planned on doing a free food day for anybody who can't afford food. We're going to make you a meal next week, and now I might be in jail to not feed all of these hungry people. I am literally tucking my pride to the side and asking anybody they can for help. So he has a Cash App, and I'll share it with you guys. I mean, just because he's arrested doesn't mean he's guilty of all this shit, So if anyone wants to help this guy, maybe put some money on his books. This is the Cash App he shared. And you know that the government usually labels these people as criminals. That's what they do. That's what they do. I mean, it's not surprising, is it? So that's his Cash App. In another post, he put, a lot of people hit me up like, Chris, why are you poking this situation? Well, how about I don't sell drugs, guns, or launder money? How about I give thousands away to charities because it feels good? I don't rob, I don't steal, I don't rip people off. Been good business and solid ever since I beat heroin 11 years ago. Yes, 130-pound drug addict I was, changed my life to do something possible to better everyone, but get the filth out of this city. So I'm upset. Yes, I am devastated. Yes. But I am also loud and proud that I don't commit crimes. I don't terrorize. I don't ruin families. Just because I'm part of a club doesn't mean I'm a bad person. Matter of fact, no details. If I ever helped you in any way at all, mentally, physically, or financially, comment. I love y'all, but isn't that what the memes are for and famous quotes are? Don't tell, don't be a shitbag, don't fold. Well, here, I'm all the plus some of you goofy ass dudes that can't buy your kids a meal, let alone maintain a household. I guess he was getting a lot of shit online, but listen, it's true. Just because these guys are in a motorcycle club doesn't mean they're involved in criminal activity. And just like if this guy had a weapon, say he did, right? That doesn't mean he's going to go out and use it for violence. They can't predict that. So why is he being charged like he was going to go out there and do something with it? It's just weird. So anyway, if anyone wants to throw a couple dollars on this guy's books, I'm sure he would appreciate it. I really appreciate you guys. Thank you for joining me. I got big things coming up in the future. Jared, how you doing? Good afternoon. Nice day here in northern Maine. Shout out to Maine. Snitched, not good. Stay silent, stay violent. Shout out to you, Ken. I appreciate you guys joining me. You guys are always the best, chat. And again, if you guys want to donate to Lonnie, sending prayers out to Lonnie. And if you can't donate, just share the GoFundMe. It would be much appreciated. I'm doing great, man. Things are really good. I got major things in the works. I got to make a phone call right after this about something major. So we're putting together some stuff, some major things going on, and I'll give you guys some hints maybe tomorrow. So stay tuned. I appreciate you guys. Have a great day. Be safe. If you're riding, be careful. If you're addicted to drugs or alcohol, just know you're not alone. You can stop right now. Today can be the first day of the rest of your life. I promise you, it's not easy, but it's worth it. If you guys like this show, hit the like button, subscribe, hit the notification bell so you can get my videos every time they drop. Tell a friend to tell a friend. Tell your mother's, brother's, sister's friend about Chatting with Stacks, the dopest motorcycle content on YouTube. I appreciate all you guys. And remember, don't be a bitch.
And all new at 5, a major organized crime bust. 23 people under arrest now accused of stealing guns and cash.
Today, police revealed 4 organized crime groups are wreaking havoc.
From aggravated robbery to kidnapping, burglary, and more. Let's take a look at this. New pictures from court documents in this case. These are a few of the people who have been charged. And investigators say the money, tens of thousands of dollars, is all stolen.